if you're watching this on our Facebook page, welcome back to our Facebook page. So I love interviewing business owners. You guys know this, and I'm here in Stockton with Martin. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for making the trip and having us here. Yeah.
So I know, because Stockton's it's only an hour drive.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
People think it's really far from the Bay Area, but if you don't hit traffic, it's like an hour and you see greenery. It's beautiful. So I just had kombucha.
Kombucha,
yeah, for the very first time. So that's what his business is all about. So let me have a little bit more of it, actually. But before your business, let's talk a little bit about you. So your background, where you grew up, all that good stuff.
So I grew up, born and raised here in Stockton. My parents were immigrants here, so I'm first generation here in Stockton. Grew up on the east side of Stockton, so it's not too far from here. Mm-hmm. So how could I start? So went to school. I have a great fiance that made me apply to college. So I went to college. Wasn't planning on it. She's awesome, right? I have to give her props because she helped me get to where I'm at now. And then, so I went to school. I was studying business, and then but I always had a deep passion for nutrition. Mm-hmm. So I was into CrossFit, all that stuff. That took me to nutrition. Once I got to nutrition, I got really intrigued with how your gut, like your microbiome, like your intestinal health, and how all that connects to your brain, right? Yeah. And how all the stuff going on now with mental health and things like that. So I started really researching that, and most of my research revolved around that. So that's what I ended up graduating in. Mm-hmm. So my nutrition studies around that, and then with that, I ran into kombucha previously, and I've always drank it. It's just something that I like instead of soda, because I don't drink soda. So when I started drinking it, I would always share with my friends and my family, and some of them enjoyed it, some of them were like, "What is this?" So so I started experimenting, making it myself. And
like in your kitchen?
Yeah, in my kitchen, just regular kitchen. So Googled it, like find some weird stuff on there, like, what is this? It looks like a little alien thing. Like,
what did your fiance think of that?
It was interesting. At first she's like, she's always super supportive, so she doesn't really like, what are you doing? That's crazy. She'd just be like, okay, have fun. So basically kind of doing it that way. And I've always seen there was like a need for something that's more Latin inspired, in terms of certain products like Mexicans. I'm Mexican, so there's a traditional drink called tepache, which is fermented from pineapple. Yeah. So it's not kombucha, but at the same time, it's something that was traditionally drank. And so I was like, you know what? Why don't we do this? For just for our people to drink it instead of soda, because there's a big spike in like diabetes and et cetera, et cetera. So it's more than just a beverage. We want to make sure our community taps into other things, and I like to call it a gateway drink to get you into different avenues of health.
To get you away from soda, and maybe also like have this and then some water.
Yeah, definitely.
So when you said that, I was thinking about my mom. My mom loves Coca-Cola. It's her thing. And so if I get her to drink this Coca-La, I would feel like I accomplished something in my life.
So the way the business started, right? To kind of backtrack, and I'll go back to your soda thing. I have a comment about that. So my business partner is Alejandro Espino. He unfortunately couldn't make it to the interview, but
it's okay. He's here in spirit.
He's here in spirit, right? So he's actually more of our brewer. So our master brewer, we like to call him. So he's actually been brewing for a long time, and he did it big scale in Utah. So we met up again here for his brother's wedding, actually. We were talking, we're like, dude, we do the same thing. And I was like, I was gonna do it by myself, you were gonna do it by yourself, let's just do it together. He moved back to California, so we linked up, we started experimenting, we gave it to our family and stuff, and they're like, this is really good, I like it. So, and then their palates were more adjusted to what we would make. We're like, okay, maybe we'll spread it out and stuff like that. So that's how Amor Kombucha was born. And then with your soda stuff, I can't eat menudo or tacos with water. I need soda or something, right?
Something.
Yeah, so with
you also don't want to always have it with like a beer.
No, yeah, exactly. Beer's not always appropriate, you know what I mean? But so that's kind of how it started, and we're actually working on something to recreate like a Coca-Cola flavor.
Oh.
Yeah.
I really want to get my mom to do that. All us kids, our mission in life is to get my mom off of soda. It's like our personal mission. So I know. If you guys have any tips, let me know.
Oh yeah.
So the name, Amor, why?
We had some fun time interest figuring out the name. We originally had a name that was kind of wild. It's called Oxalotl. Okay. I don't know if you know what kind of animal that is. It's like a salamander that's based out of, it's in Mexico City only.
Okay.
So it's an animal that actually it's like it has like a bunch of like crazy stories from
Like mythical, like,
back from
stories.
like our indigenous like Mayan Aztec kind of
Okay.
days. So this creature has the ability to regenerate itself exactly the same. So if you cut
Yeah.
off the leg, it will regrow with the same DNA.
Oh.
So kombucha itself, so the reason why I liked it, actually my little brother, he's 7 years old, he had a project on Mexico and he picked an animal, he picked that one.
Okay.
And I was thinking about the name, he was like, oh, that's really cool. It regenerates, kombucha helps you balance your body and regenerate
Yeah.
like good cells and stuff. That actually might work. So we went with that initially, but then I was like, I don't know. Like after a while living with it, we're like, I don't know. So Amor, it kind of came with, one, everybody, it's relatable in terms of like, if someone says Amor, they usually know what it means.
Yes.
Right? Love. So for us, it's we love what we do and we love our product and we want to spread love with this stuff. And our tagline right now we have is we lead with love.
Yes, I saw that.
So the reason why we put that is because we always want to be on the forefront and kind of be a reminder of like, yeah, business is hard and it's cutthroat, but you don't always have to have that persona. You don't have to be that person, or you could be involved in the community. And me and my cousin have a really good relationship aside from our business stuff, and we're very forefront with compassion and all that good stuff. So that's kind of where the name kind of came from.
And it's also just like a more simpler name. Like the
More
story
street,
is
yeah.
simple, and then when you are networking as a Lime business, that name resonates with a lot of people,
Yep.
even if they're not Lime.
Yeah,
You know?
it's almost like I don't have to translate.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. Yeah.
So you have a partner, and
Yeah.
I know a lot of our entrepreneurs out there, so we have a lot of entrepreneurs watching this. They are maybe debating having a partner, or maybe they had a partner and it went sour. So how has your partnership worked? Any tips on like how to make it work?
Oh yeah. So when me and my cousin first started, so we're cousins too, right? We're
Yeah.
family. So we always had a good relationship as cousins and just friends in general. Really good friends, like we're best friends, if that. So, but when it comes down to the business stuff, we have to, it's a constant thing. It doesn't like just automatically one day like, oh, now we're great and it just works. No, it's a constant thing you have to work on. And I feel like transparency and complete honesty is, you have to get really raw with certain things. He has two beautiful little girls that are almost 10 months old. They're twins. So
He must be tired
yeah,
all the time.
yeah. So we both have our full-time jobs. He's a dad. We're running the business, and we also have other projects we're working on. So doing all that together, we just have to be very honest and transparent of duties and roles and who's doing what, things like that. And not only that, we do like your paperwork that reflects the business. Like be very like. I'm not saying like kind of like a will, right? In a marriage, we're essentially getting into marriage with Amor.
You are.
Yeah, we're being married to our company, right?
And married and company's your baby.
Yeah, yep, exactly. The company's our baby. So what we did initially is we got down and we literally created a mutual understanding and agreement between ourselves of if certain situations happen or things like that, everything's already laid out for us.
That is smart.
Yeah.
Actually writing it down, that's like a really big tip.
Yes.
Because a lot of times people are just like, they get into a problem and then like, oh, we should probably have to talk about it. You have to think of like, I always tell people like, that saying like, hope for the best but plan for the worst. Or,
yeah. Be ready for the worst. And exactly.
Yeah, and so you just sort of have to do that.
Yeah.
So with your full-time job and your partner has children,
yeah.
How do you balance the time of doing your business as well without going insane?
Going insane. You know what? I think your support system has a lot to do with that. There's definitely a lot of sacrifices and a lot of late nights or a lot of stuff sometimes where I might be burnt out from my actual work or things going on. I might have something where like I need to have my date night, things like that, right? To kind of
you have to see your fiance.
Yeah, of course. So I think in making time for that stuff is very important. For example, on Friday nights, I literally have it on my Google Calendar, date night.
Aw, that's really sweet.
Date night, and I also do, for example, if I'm my little brother, right? He's 7.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like my kid sometimes, but I get to leave him with my mom.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is with that is, I schedule time. If he wants to go see a movie or something, I'll try to make time for that because at the end of the day, we're doing this for our family and doing this for the community. And if I can't take care of what's at home, I have no business being out here in the community and trying to represent something I'm not doing at home.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I think at the end of the day, like the balance piece is difficult. Sometimes it's not balanced, it's not unbalanced. You know what I mean? But I just think that's where your mission and your vision has to be very strong, because you have to always reflect on that and remind yourself of like, I notice everybody says it and it sounds like, remind yourself of the mission when it gets hard, but it's like, it's easier said than done, you know, because there's some of those nights where you're like, I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm going.
I always tell people, I'm like, there's those moments where I always joke, I'm like, there's those moments where you're crying in the shower, or you're that weird person that's yelling in the car at your steering wheel because something just went wrong with your business. And you just feel like it's completely out of whack, your whole schedule.
Yeah, and I remember one time I seen something on social media. I can't remember who posted it, or else I give them the props. But they called entrepreneurs emotional athletes.
Oh, that's so smart.
And I was like, that is the best thing I've heard in a while.
Yeah.
You have to deal with so much.
Yeah, you do, and it's there's a lot coming at you.
Yeah, a lot, yeah.
So what has been one thing with your business that has put you out of your comfort zone? Because as a business owner, you know, there's something about it that excites you. But then once you get into it, we all know this, there's a million and one things that you have to do. And you're not meant, I always tell people, you're not meant to be good at everything.
Correct.
You know, that's why you delegate, that's why you ask for help. So what has been the thing that puts you out of your comfort zone? That you're just like,
comfort zone. I feel like everything.
This interview.
I know, this interview, right? Yeah. So I'll speak for myself, right? Because my cousin has probably his own things, but in terms of my experience, so just even with my job alone, before I, you know, started the business, I'm doing community outreach and marketing. So a lot of my job is to go out in the community, do presentations, talk about different topics that I sometimes are uncomfortable to talk about, but that I feel like kind of prepared me to kind of do stuff like this, because now, for example, like looking at policies and laws that might affect us, stuff like researching stuff that I really don't, to be honest, is like I have no interest of like looking into policies and regulations that might affect the beverage industry. You know, like certain laws and stuff. Something that I enjoy, but it's definitely taken out of my comfort zone, is the science behind all the kombucha. Like,
so you have how many flavors?
Right now we have 3 that were pretty like solid in terms of like solidifying them as flavors. So the one that you're drinking right now.
Can I pull them?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all yours.
I'm like, I have to be professional, but I also want to drink some more.
Yeah, that's what it's here for. So
it's
this,
such a beautiful color.
Yeah, I love it. So this is the one that we're super happy about. It's called Como la Flor. So it's hibiscus, lavender, and rosebud.
I'm just thinking this is a great like Valentine's Day drink.
Yeah.
Especially, I have some friends that have a lot of allergies and health allergies, and so they can't really drink beer or wine and things like that. And I'm like, this is really beautiful. So I'm already thinking, I'm like, Melanie, I think this is going to be your Valentine's Day drink. I might get some for you.
Yeah, and the name goes with it, right? Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah.
And then the other 2.
So the other 2, we have a really good jasmine tea. So we call it our Amor OG. So original flavor. It was the hardest thing to have my brother try some of this stuff, and he actually enjoys that one.
Well, he's so...
But it's just like product testing. I'm like, see if you like it. But it's like, if I could get you to like it, you're like super picky. All he wants to eat is chicken nuggets. And like he's in no, at least they're from home, but he's stubborn. He's in like that little toddler age where he's like, I don't want to eat nothing else. Yeah. So, but he enjoyed it.
He's like that. I think she just eats air and water. I don't know what she eats.
I don't know how they run. They have a lot of energy. Yeah. How do they do it? So yeah, it's green tea. It's really good. It's very clean. It's very simple. It's a little floral from the tea.
Does that one have caffeine? Because this one's caffeine.
Yes. So this one is caffeine free, and then the jasmine will have a little bit of caffeine, just like green tea. And then we also have another one from a spice cider. So that one's a black tea base, and then we adding mulling spices. So it's kind of like a spice cider, kind of like a winterish kind of fall drink. Yeah.
I'm just thinking it just sounds like I want to go to my cabin. I want to sit in front of my fireplace and drink that.
Yeah, definitely. Amazing. It does. That's literally how I feel like it. That makes you feel warm inside. You just feel good. Yeah.
Okay, so you're here in Stockton, born and raised, and your business is here. But if you guys, some of my viewers are from other parts of the country, Stockton had that bad reputation, and then it's now rebuilding. Correct. So how do you feel being a small business owner in Stockton? Is it?
You know what? I like it. It's great. I have nothing wrong to say. It's almost like, so Stockton, I know like the reputation piece you were talking about, and you know, my good friend Michael Tubbs, the mayor, right? Yeah. So he started this campaign, Reinvent Stockton, because you know we went through bankruptcy. We had like a lot of stigma for certain other things. You know, like news, right? Highlight a lot of negative stuff. Yeah. It works, right? You get viewers, etc., etc.
People like to see crime.
Yeah.
Why do you think cop shows are so popular?
Yeah, that's true. And then, so with that campaign and then everything going on, and you know, the huddle, the place that we're at doing the interview now, it's a great co-working space that helps build, you know, like a good perception of Stockton. And for me, Stockton, to me, a lot of people, like, we have a synonymous thing. I have a friend that started starting a actual football club out of Stockton, and so like there's a lot of good things going on. And
so like
our tagline for Stockton, I want to say, and part of like the name and the colors and stuff, we all love Tupac for the most part. Tupac is embedded in our DNA. For like we're very resilient in Stockton.
Yes.
We, even regardless of all that stigma, maybe the not so much opportunities like the Bay Area or Sacramento nearby for like jobs and things like that, or tech startups, et cetera, we still figure out ways to kind of make it work. And we have very resilient people. So our tagline is we love using "we're roses from concrete." So yeah, because regardless of like,
is that on a T-shirt somewhere?
Well, we'll make something for you. Yeah, we'll make something for you. So the reason why that's hence the name, como la flor, right? Roses from concrete. So there's a lot of meaning behind it. And for us, is because, you know, like the poem, right? I don't know if you're familiar with it or not, but he says, you know, like the rose, most people are concerned of where it came from or like how it grew from concrete, but like they look at the thorns and the petal might be broken off. But the actual beauty of it is that it actually grew regardless of the environment. So that's Stockton is like, that's what it is, I feel like. So that's kind of where it comes from. And I think for us as Stockton, I just feel like a lot of that resiliency, you use it to our advantage, right? Like, so for the business stuff, we do run into some hurdles in terms of like, you know, like there's nothing here like this yet. So we're like, it's like, we face the ones where like we're kind of almost pioneers. Like the drink itself has been around for a little while.
So it's almost like maybe, is it difficult to find, because if you're the first ones, pioneers, almost like your group, like your tribe, like your support tribe.
Yeah. So so that's one piece, and then, you know, we have great people that we work with on the side. We're building a lot of. We're working also with the Hispanic Chamber here in San Joaquin to build a network called Nuevo Joaquin. So it's a group of young emerging leaders. It doesn't matter what it is. It's like entrepreneurship, career development. We're going to push education. We want to close the gap and make it known that, one, like Latinos are, like, in the last 5 years, we've created 86% of new businesses in the U.S. Yeah, and not only that, but like people want to talk about money, you know, that's a big thing and what drives our economy, right? In the last year, I think we contributed 1.3 or 1.5 trillion dollars in GDP. So like money, that's a lot of money.
So you know, marketing companies are always looking at how to target the Hispanic market or Latin market, and then now some of them are doing it correctly, where that you can't put an umbrella on that, because how to target first generation is different of how you're going to target third generation, how you're going to target, you know, the Puerto Rican from New York, from the Tejano woman in Texas. Those are very different targets.
Yeah, and a lot of people think, you know, like a lot of people here think like Latino, Hispanic, like it's just Mexican, but it's not. We have a very popular, diverse population, you know. So with that being, the reason why I brought that up is because that's like my network. That's my people like, you know, that also have their businesses, also face this. And here at the Huddle, like Matt's a really great, he runs this place. He has created a space where I could come here and I could vent to him and he'd be like, you know what, you should do this. Like we're very action-based and solution-based, and it's also, at the end of the day, it's good people. That's the one thing I love, and like, you know, this is always gonna be home. I don't know if I would move away, just because that's like, we're very out front. We may have stigmas and stuff, but at the end of the day, they're very humble and passionate people that wear their heart on their sleeve. So I always appreciate that. Yeah.
I like that. I'm starting to love Stockton more.
We have that effect on people. Yeah.
So you have, so there you go, guys. So this is where they could follow you, right?
Yes. Definitely.
So on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or just Instagram?
So right now we're pretty active on our, we're gonna get started getting active. So we're barely launching. So this is our handle for Instagram, and then our Facebook is the same. Right now I'm, you know, working on the other ones. So yeah, definitely look for us mostly on our Instagram for now, and then you'll be able to get up to date on all our news.
Yes, and so all the links will be in the description box below, or I'll tag them here on Facebook so you guys can find them easily. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Awesome.
Let me put this down and give you a proper hug. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And if you're here on Facebook, like it and share. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.